Live from WRAL News headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Our next weather maker is some cool air that comes in behind this low pressure system. Finally, it moves out and we're going to see more sunshine today. I'll show you some of the coolest air that we've seen so far this season.
Packed roads, traffic headaches as big events converge near the state fair grounds. How last night's concert is giving a sample of what's to come in the next 2 weeks.
Final fair preps, a final round of inspections for all of the exciting foods and rides at the state fair. How officials are making sure everything is safe before you sink your teeth into fun. Oh, look at those fried donuts just waiting to be inhaled,
calling
right?
our names.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. It's great to have you with us. You're in the right place to get ready for your Wednesday morning. The State Fair opens tomorrow. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Laura Levine. Yes, all the talk about the state fair, the food, making sure that you're having fun and staying safe. Meteorologist Elizabeth Garner has a look at what temperatures we're going to indulge in this week. Elizabeth.
It's going to be really nice for the beginning of the state fair. By Thursday, we're going to see a big drop in our temperature. It'll be cooler than normal. Right now, we're looking at clear skies here over downtown Raleigh from the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. Temperatures are in the mid 50s, and the dew point is in the low to mid 50s as well. So comfortably cool stepping out the door. Everybody's mainly in the mid to upper 50s stepping out right now. Our temperature will climb into the upper 70s this afternoon, a bit warmer than we saw yesterday and a good bit more sunshine. But a front comes through tonight. It'll be dry, but it is going to usher in some much cooler air, real chilly for us by Friday morning. I'll show you coming up, Ken.
Let's do that. 6:01 started the northern loop of the Beltline. Give you a look at I-440 and Glenwood Avenue. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions this morning. And that's really what we're seeing in all of our major routes heading into Raleigh, all delay-free at this hour. You're coming in from 87, Capitol Boulevard from Wake Forest. And similarly, we're not seeing any slowdowns whatsoever on any of those major routes heading into Durham as well. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio. We'll keep you updated on your morning commute, 101.5 HD3.
This morning, we are working to learn more about a crash on US 1 that left a car on its top. The crash happened around 1 a.m. in the southbound lanes near the 1010 Road exit. The WRAL breaking news tracker was there as crews got the car turned back over. We have reached out to State Highway Patrol for any information about what happened and whether anyone was hurt.
A 3-year-old boy is dead and 3 more people are hurt after a crash in Sampson County. The crash happened on Autry Mill Road near Highway 13. That's just outside of Fayetteville. Highway Patrol says an SUV ran off the road, overcorrected, and veered off the left shoulder before flipping several times. The 3-year-old died at the scene. 3 other people who were in the SUV, including 2 children, were taken to the hospital. One was flown by helicopter to a hospital in Wilmington. Troopers believe speed was a factor. They also believe the driver was the only person wearing a seatbelt.
The clock is ticking towards the launch of the NC State Fair. Final preps here are underway inside the fairgrounds, and concerns are mounting about traffic heading to the fair. We have team coverage this morning on final preparations, starting with WRAL's Ali Katlabar. Ali, last night's traffic headaches are possibly giving us just a taste, just a glimpse of what the next couple of weeks will look like.
Laura, there was also car break-ins reported in the area during the concert. Raleigh police confirming this morning that they took reports of car break-ins near the state fairgrounds. That's where a lot of people parked for the concert. We have reached out to NC State Police on more reported break-ins in the area. We're going to keep you updated on that. But here's a look at that traffic. There was a mess before the concert. Traffic jammed in all directions. This is a look from traffic cams from Edwards Mill Road. This is just a glimpse of what we can expect over the next 10 days with the State Fair. Billie Eilish also set to perform at the Lenovo Center. Concerts back to back starting tomorrow night. State Fair organizers say they're keeping an eye on this.
We don't want our customers sitting like that, Lenovo Center or State Fair. We've got people on the street that are trying to get in and enjoy the fair. Lenovo Center has customers that have paid a lot of money to watch a concert, and they want to be there when it begins.
Now, they say the trick here is giving yourself a lot of extra time to get to your concert or the state fairgrounds. Also, to avoid car break-ins, make sure you lock your car and keep your valuables out of the car as well. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
Food is the top reason people visit the North Carolina State Fair, according to organizers. And with opening day tomorrow, officials are inspecting nearly 150 food stands. WRAL's Flynn Snyder is live at the State Fairgrounds in Raleigh. And Flynn, food inspections are already underway.
Yeah, Renee, they began as early as last Thursday. A team of 43 county inspectors are checking everything from food stands to food tents, even food trucks. Vendors have to pass health and safety checks before getting a permit to sell food at the fair. Inspectors look to make sure the food is stored at correct temperatures, equipment is clean, and stations are sanitary. There are more than 80 new foods at this year's state fair. Some are already getting a lot of attention from this week's media day, including fried lamb chops, deep fried frozen watermelon, and barbecued donuts, which sound amazing even at 6 o'clock in the morning. Before you try any of these, they will all be inspected. And after you take a bite, you get on rides as well. Inspectors are also going to be checking those rides today to make sure they are safe when families arrive. Coming up, the inside look at that inspection process we're expected to get later this afternoon. Flint Snyder, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
And we have a winner for the 2025 Giant Pumpkin Contest. Albert Robda of Craigsville, West Virginia. His pumpkin topped the scales at 2,224.5 pounds here. There were also two other pumpkins over 2,000 pounds. All of the winners will be on display at the fair when it gets started tomorrow. And don't forget to visit WRAL while you're at the fair. We are in our usual spot right next to Dorton Arena. Dan Haggerty and Ashley Rowe will start things off tomorrow at 2 p.m. You'll find a comprehensive guide to the State Fair on WRAL.com.
The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was at the scene of a house fire last night in Cumberland County. This happened on Riverside Circle in the town of Spring Lake. We've reached out to the fire department for more information. We have yet to hear back.
Shaw University will return to normal operations today after Raleigh hazmat crews destroyed dangerous chemicals on campus. They put the hazardous materials in a hole and detonated them. Streets in the area were closed while they did it. Now, the chemical was crystallized dangerous chemicals in that area discovered in a science building.
A student is recovering this morning after being hit by a car in front of Panther Creek High School in Cary. We first brought you this story yesterday morning. People who live in the area say students often walk from the development across the street to school, but the area they use does not have a crosswalk. Parents say this is a wake-up call and are asking for better safety features.
When I heard that somebody was hurt or somebody got hit, I was wondering if it was my kids. I texted them immediately. They said that they were fine, but I think we need to figure out a better way of how they can cross the street.
We've asked the school district and NCDOT if there are any plans for safety improvements there. We're still waiting for a response.
Let's get a live look at Capitol Hill this morning now as we enter the 15th day of a federal government shutdown, making it the 5th longest shutdown in history. Last night, the Senate rejected a House-approved stopgap bill for the 8th time, falling 11 votes short of the 60 needed to pass. Both sides are continuing to dig in their heels as the shutdown surpasses the 2-week mark.
And happening now in the WRAL Live Center, we're following new developments out of the Middle East this morning. So we're learning more about Israeli hostages that are being released. And the Israeli military says that one of the bodies handed over by Hamas does not actually belong to an Israeli hostage. So we learned a little bit earlier at first that 4 more deceased hostages were released, but they've actually corrected that and said that only 3 were released. So here are those 3 deceased hostages. We learned a little bit more about them. One of them was abducted from a music festival. The other was only 20 years old and served as an education officer. And then the last one was a 53-year-old tax driver. So Hamas is expected to release more hostages today. We'll keep you updated here in the WRAL Live Center.
The Carolina Hurricanes are still unbeaten this season. They were in San Jose last night to play the Sharks. The Canes scored 3 goals in the second period and tacked on 2 more in the third. They beat the Sharks 5-1. The Canes are now 3-0 to start the season. Their Western road trip continues tomorrow night in Anaheim against the Ducks.
Happening today, Habitat for Humanity of Wake County is celebrating 40 years of work in the Triangle. This morning, the group will be taking part in a 40th anniversary breakfast celebration. That celebration started last night at the 40th anniversary gala at the Umstead. WRAL's Ken Smith was the MC. Habitat Wake has been helping provide Triangle families with homes since 1985. The organization is currently building a new development called Old Pool Place, just off Pool and New Hope roads.
Also happening today, Raleigh will become the first North Carolina city to power its buses with renewable natural gas from its own wastewater. The city will host a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new bioenergy recovery project. 50 million gallons of wastewater are treated at the Neuse River Resource Recovery Facility every day. That water will be turned into renewable natural gas. The goal of this is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 80% by 2050.
The Durham Public Health Department will be conducting its final round of mosquito spraying today. This is an attempt to stop the spread of West Nile virus. The health department reported a record number of mosquitoes with West Nile this year. And crews have been spraying different parts of the county over the last few weeks. The department says the spray poses a very small risk to people.
6:10 on your Wednesday, remembering their lives. Families and teammates honor 3 high school football players who died in a car crash. How their loved ones are responding to the support from the community.
And House Showdown. Democrats are calling on the speaker to swear in a newly elected member, while Mike Johnson says he is pumping the brakes.
And temperatures will be warmer this afternoon than yesterday, feeling very comfortable with mid to upper 70s. But tonight, a front will deliver some much cooler air. I'll tell you when you might even need a coat heading out the door.
And here's a look at your winning Mega Millions numbers: 12, 22, 49, 57, 58. The gold Mega Ball is 19.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14 at the bus stop this morning. Temperatures are pretty comfortable. Mid-50s is what the kids will see heading out the door. And it's going to be a nice mild afternoon. So we're talking upper 70s to near 80. So probably a shorts and T-shirt today. But with the temperatures in the 50s this morning, a jacket or, a hoodie would feel nice as they're headed out to the bus stop. Take a look at our high temperatures for this afternoon. Really feeling great. More sunshine than we saw yesterday. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s. 77 around the Triangle, 79 in Fayetteville, and up in Virginia looking at 75 degrees. Of course, tomorrow is the opening day of the State Fair, and the weather still looks great. We're going to see a front that comes through tonight. It'll be a dry front, but it delivers much cooler air, almost 10 degrees cooler for the high tomorrow at 69. The gates open at noon. If you're going to be there Thursday and staying through the evening, take a jacket with you. Temperatures are going to drop into the 40s pretty quickly. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, the weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Let's take you outside, give you a live look at the I-87, I-440 interchange. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions. As far as other routes, you've got the southern loop of the Beltline. No delays. You're coming in from Garner, Johnston County this morning. Delay-free from Highway 36 to the Beltline. Also, that northern loop of the Beltline from the 87, 440 interchange all the way over to 88 Wade Avenue, all delay-free. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. In Cumberland County, the Southview High School community is remembering the 3 E.E. Smith High School football players killed in a car crash last week. Before last night's game against the 2 schools, the families of the students were presented with helmets. This was the first time E.E. Smith took the field since the crash. Lily Davis is the grandmother of Jayon Elliott. She says the loss of all 3 players was a devastating blow for their families. But seeing the outpouring of support at events like this one has made things a little bit easier.
It's been kind of rough for the family. But you know what? We persevere. And with God's help, the prayers, family prayers, the community praying, everybody praying for us and our family for strength, for peace, it's gotten better.
Southview went on to win the game, but people in attendance told us it was just good to see the E.E. Smith players back on the field.
Now to drama in the U.S. House. Yesterday, Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva and other House Democrats marched to Speaker Mike Johnson's office to demand that she be sworn in. She was elected in Arizona last month. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's waiting for a full House session before she's sworn in. Grijalva says that this has not stopped him from swearing in other new members.
And I am so grateful for this caucus and the mujeres that have joined me here today, because let's just be really clear. If I were a Republican, I would have already been sworn in.
I congratulate her. We're happy for her to serve. I'm going to be happy to administer the oath to her, as I am to every member who wins who is duly elected to this body. It's a great honor. But she won her election after the House was out of session. So we've not had a full session.
She is expected to be the deciding vote on a bill to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. She also suggests this is the reason she's not been sworn in. Speaker Johnson has denied this repeatedly.
President Donald Trump has posthumously awarded the Medal of Freedom to the late Charlie Kirk. Kirk was shot and killed last month while speaking to a crowd at Utah Valley University. And the president awarded the conservative activist with the highest civilian honor yesterday on what would have been his 32nd birthday. The medal was presented to his widow, Erica Kirk. Other posthumous recipients include Martin Luther King Jr., Jackie Robinson, Elvis Presley, and John McCain. It is 6:18 now. Let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner, and much more clearing today. And so that means we'll see more sunshine. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a really pretty day. You know, it was not the greatest weekend. It was cool. It was rainy. It was windy, but gorgeous day today. 54 degrees. Our temperatures are heading out the door. This is a look at downtown Raleigh right now. The low pressure system that brought us all the messy weather over the weekend, this nor'easter, is moving out to sea. It's farther away from us than it was yesterday. So we're going to see a strong northerly flow today, which has drier air that's going to keep things nice and clear. You can watch that low zipping away from us and this high pressure system building in. High pressure systems have sinking air that tends to dry the atmosphere. And with that clockwise flow, that's going to push in some chilly air. We're going to see a dry front that comes through tonight. So we're looking at sweater weather in the morning tomorrow, 50 degrees. Friday morning, 42. That'll be the coolest that we've seen so far this season. And then Saturday, 50. It looks nice and dry all the way through the day on Sunday, but Sunday evening, we're going to see our next weather maker rolling in. It's a front that's going to bring us some rain. It may not happen in our viewing area until around sunset or so. So that keeps the daytime on Sunday fairly dry. This is Sunday at 5 a.m. We push it ahead and we'll pause it right here at about 7 o'clock. And you can definitely see some rain there. It rains overnight and it pushes out during the morning hours. It looks like it'll be fairly dry during the morning commute. So really just an overnight event for us. We're hoping for anywhere from a 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch of rain. We definitely need it so far for the month of October. We're an inch behind normal. And for the fall total, it's about 4 1/4 inches. It's been very, very dry. But again, it'll keep the weekend pleasant for being outside unless you're headed to the fair and you're planning to stay past sunset on Sunday, and then you may be dealing with some rain. Watching the tropics right here is Lorenzo, but not for long. Lorenzo only lasts about 24 more hours, and then we are done with it. Checking temperatures, it's going to be real chilly for us on Thursday and Friday. Friday morning, looking at 42 degrees, and we haven't seen temperatures like that since last April. So get ready for that chilly air. Right now, it looks like a nice weekend, except for Sunday night.
Oh, it's okay, but it's my favorite time of the year. Thanks, Elizabeth. Hey, let's take a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions. These are the westbound lanes coming toward us, and every now and then it freezes up, but you get the picture. Really delay-free right now. We do have reports of Raleigh police working a crash right near the Raleigh Convention Center on South McDowell Street, but we're not seeing any delays in that area, so just be mindful of that. But all the major routes are relatively delay-free, just a 1-minute delay on I-87 if you're coming in from Nightdale. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Your time now is 6:20. State Fair scams. Ahead of all the fun, 5 on your side tells you what you need to know before making any big purchases.
And decades in the making, city officials are recognizing a staple in the Durham community, how they are honoring the Chicken Hut.
And here's a reminder, if you see breaking news, have a story tip, or take video or pictures of the weather where you are, please report it to us. You can go to WRAL.com/report it.
After nearly 70 years in business, a Durham restaurant is celebrating a new title. The city council voted unanimously to make the Chicken Hut a historic landmark. This restaurant on Fayetteville Street was opened by Claiborne and Peggy Tapp in 1957. The Black-owned business has a history of community engagement. It's now run by their son Trey and his wife Kaya with the help of other family members. Tapp started the process to make the business a historic landmark years ago.
It's rare that we get an opportunity where a property owner wants to proactively take this step, and especially for a building and a property and a business that has such a significant impact in Durham's history.
The designation of local historic landmark ensures the restaurant building will be properly preserved and requires 1-year delay on any potential demolition.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
All right, here it is. An Olympic legend suggests that she may not be ready to call it quits and celebrating 30 years of river dance.
Ken Smith here now with What's Trending. Ken.
Renee and Laura, listen, gymnastics star Simone Biles saying she is not ruling out competing at the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. During a recent interview in Argentina, Biles says she still has not decided if she will be there to watch or to compete, but she will be there.
She still has a whole lot of fight in her. And like Renee was saying earlier, you know, she doesn't have anything to prove. So she can literally compete for fun.
I mean, she is the GOAT, but
Yes.
how awesome would it be to see her back in the Olympics once again?
Yeah, and win gold again.
So listen, the popular stage production Riverdance trending this morning. It's celebrating 30 years with a new tour. Riverdance 30 will be making stops in 67 U.S. cities next year and will include new choreography, costumes, and a new generation of performers.
They are just so talented, and to see the work that they put behind a performance and show like this, I can't wait to see how the turnout is in Charlotte for those shows.
Absolute precision, so it's probably worth the road trip. The tour kicks off in January, and then the stops in Charlotte February 13th through the 15th.
Nice.
Ken, thank you. Wawa is expanding in North Carolina. Today it will open its 3rd store in Wilson on Forest Hills Road. This will be its 16th location in North Carolina, if you're counting. Wawa plans to build 6 to 8 stores per year with the goal of opening at least 90 statewide.
Let's take a look at what's ahead at 6:30 now. Fair prep's underway. Organizers are getting everything ready for the launch of the 2025 State Fair. What you need to know about what's going on inside and outside the fairgrounds.
And a crash investigation. A child was killed and 3 more people injured overnight. What we know about who was involved and what led to the crash.
And a nice morning for us. Our skies are mainly clear. Temperatures in the mid-50s. You probably see the kids out with a jacket because it's going to be warm this afternoon when they get off the bus in the upper 70s. I'll show you why it will be so much cooler tomorrow coming up.